That wipe made Charlotte Tilbury look finished. Huda reposted it. A legal industry report says Charlotte sent Huda a letter. Take it down. Huda removed it. The report preserves Huda Khatan's reply. We had to take the video down because Charlotte made us. Then that comment vanished too. But the original test did not vanish. It is still online, sitting just shy of 1 million views. The repost disappeared. The founder comment disappeared. The comparative claim disappeared. No ruling declared Charlotte the better spray. So did Charlotte protect shoppers from a claim Huda would not substantiate? Or did she use the rulebook against a receipt that looked absolutely brutal? That is where this gets messy. SOSFA's test is beauty content engineered for impact. No lab coats, no spreadsheet, just an image anyone understands in half a second. Huda stays, Charlotte smears. The text over the video asks the question viewers are already thinking. Strongest setting spray ever? That question mark does a lot of work. It gives the clip the energy of a claim without slowing down for the proof. And visually, the clip is devastating. The Charlotte side appears to wipe away more easily. What it cannot show is a full face after heat, oil, movement, foundation, powder, and 8 hours of real wear. That missing time becomes the fault line of this entire fight. Huda did not make SOSFA's TikTok. In the NAD case, it said it did not commission or pay for the post and had no formal contract with her. But the official repost changed the question. The viral wipe became a brand-amplified comparison, and Charlotte challenged the proof behind it. This was not a lab deciding which spray won. It was an advertising fight over a superiority claim. Charlotte Tilbury brought a fast-track Swift challenge through NAD, the advertising industry's self-regulatory process. The question was simple and expensive. If Huda was amplifying SOSFA's claim that its spray was stronger and lasted longer than Charlotte's, could Huda substantiate that comparison? The public record says the creator had reviewed Huda products before and occasionally received free products including this setting spray. That is not proof of a secret paid hit job. It is also not the clean distance Huda would probably have preferred once the post became official brand content. No contract, no payment, free product, a founder reaction, an official repost, then a competitor challenge. The mess was no longer inside the bottle. Huda's defense was that it did not create or pay for SOSFA's post. The awkward part is that Huda chose to amplify it. In this case, Huda could not turn a creator's win into official hype while treating the comparison as somebody else's problem. Once the repost became brand advertising, the proof question followed it. NAD's public summary records that Huda voluntarily discontinued the challenged comparative claims. Huda also removed its Instagram repost after Charlotte requested removal. Then there is the founder comment. The NAD summary says Huda Khatan thanked the creator and stated that the brand had to remove the Instagram video because Charlotte requested it. That comment was later removed too. The repost disappeared, the founder comment disappeared, the comparative claim disappeared. The original TikTok did not. Huda agreed to make a good faith effort to ask SOSFA to remove the original TikTok. More than a year later, the exact video is still publicly retrievable and closing in on 1 million views. We do not know what was said privately. We know what viewers can see publicly. The brand repost is gone, the claim is gone, and the visual receipt survived. That is much more interesting than pretending Charlotte erased the internet. She did not. Anybody can still watch the clip and see why it created a problem. The official amplification lost. The creator's post kept collecting views. Here is the one distinction that matters. Charlotte won an advertising claim fight. NAD did not test the bottles and declare Charlotte the better spray. That leaves the most entertaining question wide open. What happens when people actually wear them? Huda's own launch video says the company tested Easy Bake for 16-hour wear and calls it sweat-proof, waterproof, and transfer-proof. Those are Huda's product claims. The viral Charlotte comparison was a separate claim with a separate proof problem. So now we leave the paperwork and put the products back on faces.
It has been proven to be 16-hour wear. So we did the tests and we got the claims, 16-hour wear. I'm really excited about that. It's also sweat-proof, waterproof, and transfer-proof.
Anna Pothier tested Huda with a paper towel, then came back after 8 hours. The paper towel moment looks almost as satisfying as Sasva's wipe test because the method is visible. You can see the contact, you can see what transfers. Then you hear her conclusion. 8 hours later, her makeup is still on trial. Her result gives Huda exactly the kind of footage the viral claim needed: application, contact, and time. Then another creator complicates it.
Touch my face even though I know you're not supposed to. No makeup coming off on my fingies either. And I have worn this for the past couple days. I have full confidence that this is transfer proof. You're fine. My makeup is not being disturbed by me. Our test to see how long this matte and this blur lasts, so I will see you back here again at the end of the day. My makeup has been on for 8 hours now. It is the end of the night, and this is what my makeup is looking like. It has a little bit more glow than it did when I first applied it, but all in all, I would say my makeup is still relatively matte, pretty blurred all over. Definitely more than it is on a regular basis when I am not using this. So this has a 16-hour wear claim. I would believe the 16-hour wear claim. If this is like half of that, my makeup still looks just as it did earlier. The peach fuzz is still peach fuzzing, if you can see it, so that isn't something that goes down throughout the day. That is going to stay like that all day long. But I am very impressed with how this wore, how it kept me matte and blurred throughout the entire day. Didn't dry out my skin and performed exactly like it said it was going to. I really do enjoy the performance of this setting spray. It's just the peach fuzz aspect that is gonna keep me from
Rubella ran the direct battle viewers actually wanted. Charlotte on one side, Huda on the other, an end-of-day comparison, then overtime with the sides reversed. She began expecting Huda to do better. That makes the first result more interesting, because by the decision point, she says that if she had to choose between them, she would choose Charlotte. Her reason was not a dramatic legal victory. It felt more pleasant to use. That is the part viral tests usually flatten. A setting spray is not only the liquid surviving a wipe, it is the mist, finish, comfort, base underneath it, and what the face looks like hours later.
To chyba wybrałabym Charlotte, dlatego że jest troszkę przyjemniejsza w użyciu.
Then Rubella reverses the sides and keeps going. At the overtime check-in, she describes both sides as similar. Not the knockout the original TikTok seemed to promise. Not a clean Charlotte revenge fantasy either. A frustratingly close result after actual wear. That does not make Sasva's clip fake. It makes the word strongest look much harder to defend. One test makes Huda look untouchable. Another chooses Charlotte for the experience. Overtime brings them closer together. This is why beauty wars live forever. Every side can find a frame that looks like a verdict.
Tego teraz nie ma, że obie strony są.
And then the bottle enters the scandal. In a direct comparison, Roseanne Tangers calls Huda a strong contender, but shows buildup around the nozzle, says the sprayer becomes hard to press, and calls Charlotte's mist smoother and more user-friendly. Two separate Reddit users echo the packaging problem. One says they used the Charlotte sprayer on the Huda bottle after the Huda sprayer stopped working. Another says a travel bottle fell apart after first use and calls it a waste of money. Those are anonymous shopper reports, not a confirmed universal defect. But as beauty gossip, the visual is perfect. Huda liquid surviving the test inside Charlotte packaging.
This spray is the bottle. I really don't like the spray function. In fact, I feel like, as you can see, a lot of it has been kind of like stuck inside the actual nozzle. Like some of the white starchy components of this spray is stuck at the nozzle area, so it's kind of built up over time. And actually right now it's pretty hard to press because it's already built up and kind of like dried on the nozzle itself. And I feel like the spray of the Charlotte Tilbury is definitely smoother.
The wider reviews refuse to give us one clean winner. Morgan Turner's viral setting spray Roundup gives Huda one set of strengths and Charlotte another. A Woman and Home editor wrote that Charlotte had been the one to beat, then said Huda just about takes the win after weeks of use. Rubella leaned Charlotte. Anna's transfer test strongly favored Huda. Sosfa's wipe made Charlotte look terrible. Overtime made the difference look much smaller. Same category, different methods, different winners. That is not a boring answer. It is the reason the absolute claim became the weak point.
With me at the moment is the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Blurring Setting Spray, and I think it's a unanimous decision that this is just not a good setting spray. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Hydrating and Waterproof Setting Spray. This does the dang thing. It is bulletproof. The description online is a lightweight waterproof setting spray to prime and set your makeup for up to 16 hours without melting, fading, or settling into the lines. Now, the reason that this is my favorite is because it really has a strong hold on your makeup. It makes makeup last a long time. But I feel like it also blurs the skin. Whenever I use this, my makeup just looks better. And I can't quite pinpoint why that is, but it makes the makeup look better while also making the makeup waterproof and last a long time. It's like the Makeup by Mario, but even better. That's how I've been describing the Makeup by Mario. I know I like it because it reminds me of my Charlotte Tilbury. However, Charlotte Tilbury is more effective. Now, the con to Charlotte Tilbury is the packaging breaks all the time because it is like...
Charlotte had every commercial reason to hate that viral frame. Huda had every commercial reason to love it. The record cannot tell us private motive, but it shows exactly what each side did. Huda amplified a comparison that made its spray look stronger. Charlotte challenged the proof. Huda removed the official repost and dropped the comparative claim. The original creator kept the post public. Charlotte did not win the product war. Huda did not keep the advertising win. The audience kept the receipt. And almost 1 million views later, that receipt is still doing what 15-second beauty content does best, creating a conclusion faster than the evidence can catch up. My verdict? Charlotte was right to challenge an absolute comparison Huda dropped instead of substantiating in the case. But viewers are also right to notice how bad that original frame looked for Charlotte. Both things can be true. The claim was too strong. The test was still interesting. So what do you think happened here? Did Charlotte protect consumers from viral marketing dressed up as an independent test? Did she protect the brand from an embarrassing result? Or did Huda turn one creator's dramatic wipe into a claim much bigger than the evidence underneath it? The claim came down, the test stayed up, and the comments can decide which part looks worse.